And on cue, academia has now chimed in on the absolutely ridiculous 2 plus 2 equals 4 debate, or as some of the left is saying, 2 plus 2 can't equal 5. I shit you not, it's straight out of George Orwell's 1984. We have a math professor claims the equation 2 plus 2 equals 4 reeks of white supremacist patriarchy. All right. Guys, I think most of you, if you're watching this video, you probably already know that cultural Marxism and modern progressivism and liberalism is an absolute and utter brain rot. It destroys the functions, the base level functions of the human brain to use any kind of rationale or reason. To say that 2 plus 2 equals 4 now, all of a sudden, reeks of white supremacist patriarchy. I don't even know how those words and that sentence and those numbers, I don't even know how those words and numbers go together in a sentence. It makes no sense whatsoever. So, we have here a math education professor in New York City, of course they're from New York City, claimed that the equation 2 plus 2 equals 4 reeks of white supremacist patriarchy. I think what reeks more of white supremacy is the idea that you think that only white people can come to the logical conclusion that if you have 2 of something in any language and 2 of another thing in any language, if you put them together, it creates 4 of something no matter what 4 is in any language. Dos plus dos equals quattro. Is that now white? Is that white supremacy, or is that sufficiently diverse? The idea that math or data is culturally neutral or in any way objective is a myth. I'm ready to move on with that understanding. Math and data is neutral. They are numbers. They don't speak language. They are not culturally attributable. They are elemental to our core understanding of how we order things. And I mean we as in humanity, not in white Western culture or the patriarchy or whatever the fuck she's talking about. Who's coming with me? Absolutely nobody. Except for some lunatics who think that standard, common, indisputable math is somehow colonialism. How white supremacist is it to think that if you were to go to, say, a third world country, and even if they didn't have, even if they had no understanding of math built up, and you were to put two objects and explain to them how, you know, the word of the number and the quantification of the number match, how they would not come up with 4 when you put them together. That is white supremacist to think that that is a white thing. To think that human beings from any race don't have that capacity to understand such absolutely elemental ideas. To attribute that to whiteness, and I guess patriarchy as well, is both white supremacist and sexist. It's insane. So, we have here Lori Rubel. Here's another. Repeat on loop. Of course math is neutral because 2 plus 2 equals 4. Rely on that supposed axiom to then target people, and especially women, for coordinated ridicule/harassment. Never stray from this loop because it's an easy one to engage every Tom, Dick, and Harry to engage. What is she talking about? How does that target anybody? The idea that math... Okay, so that's what she was saying before. The idea that math or data is culturally neutral or in any way objective is a myth. I'm ready to move on with that understanding. Who's coming with me? Take back math. Take back from who? Who originally had another understanding of math where 2 plus 2 did not equal 4? Like I said, no matter the language, the concept of numerology, who you say take it back? Who had it before? Who had it and had it differently before Western culture? In fact, I don't even think the West even started that. Didn't modern numerals come from Weren't they Arabic? I don't quote me on that. That just seems like a tidbit that, from when I was a kid or something. Or they invented zero, maybe. I don't know. Along with the course of math is neutral because 2 plus 2 equals 4 trope. Wait, hold on. Along with the of course math is neutral because of the 2 plus 2 equals 4 trope are the related and creepy math is pure and protect math. Wait, what? Is this even English? Along with the of course math is neutral because 2 plus 2 equals 4 trope are the related and creepy math is pure and protect math. Reeks of white supremacist patriarchy. I'd rather think on nurturing people and protecting the planet with math in service of them goals, she continued. How do you have math in service of the goals of protecting the planet and taking care of people if you reject all of the notions of what math are? This is mind-bogglingly stupid, and these people are in the education fields. They are the ones trying to educate people on math, and they can't even accept that math is math. I mean, what does this even mean? I'd rather think on nurturing people and protecting the planet with math in service of them goals. I think what she's trying to say is she's going to have an agenda, and she wants math, and she wants numbers and data to be completely subjective so that she can misconstrue them and use them in any way to support her narrative, even if the objective use of math counteracts her narrative. That's what it sounds like to me. That she wants math to be completely subjective so that she can use it to back up her belief system. So that she can counteract objective truth. Because that is what Marxism and communism is all about. It's about subverting objective truth so that nobody understands what anything is anymore, and their brains become this mushy blank canvas that they can come in and repaint reality upon. They view your mind as a blank canvas for them to construct their masterpiece on. The tweets grabbed the attention of others in academia, including Harvard PhD candidate Kareem Carr, who said, "People say it's subjectivism to ask if math is Western. I don't get that. It's an objective fact that some groups are more involved in the creation of modern math than others. It doesn't matter who is involved in furthering math. The color of somebody's skin when they make a mathematical discovery is irrelevant to the numbers. That's why these people are the greatest racists in the history. These people are more racist than the KKK. These people are more racist than the Nazis. Because these people, all they care about, no matter what it is what was the race of the person who discovered it? What was the race of the person who created it? Nothing but race matters to these people. And when you have people like that are seeking power, that are seeking to usurp power and destroy the objective truth of the world in order to create their world based entirely upon race, that is a perfect recipe for suffering, genocide, and the mass promulgation of human rights abuses. These people are evil. Even if they think that they are anti-racist or that they are fighting on behalf of other people, they are destroying the objective world that gives anybody, no matter your race, the grounding to understand your position in the world. Oh my God. All right. It's an objective fact that some groups were more involved in the creation of modern math than others. Yes, that's an objective fact. But it's also an irrelevant one. They may have been trying to make math objective, but it's not stupid to ask if they actually succeeded. Yes, it is. Yes, it is the definition of stupid to think that using math and objective numerology, objective equations, have any link whatsoever to the ethnicity of the people who are making the discoveries. That is a stupid thing to ask. One academic, James Lindsay. Okay, I think James Lindsay was part of the group of Peter Boghossian, Helen Pluckrose. They were the ones that did the hoax articles. So they wrote a collection of hoax articles, and they contributed them to different academic journals. And one of them was they took a passage from Mein Kampf, and they just replaced it with feminism. And it was accepted. They did another one about, it had something to do with dog parks, and whether dog parks were sexist. And that got accepted into these academic journals. These supposedly holier-than-thou, expert-run journals completely fell for all of these pranks that they pulled. They literally published Mein Kampf from a feminist perspective. These guys are idiots. I mean, you send your child to college now, they're going to leave dumber than they came in. In fact, there was a study that found out that incoming freshmen know more about American civics than outgoing seniors. Because colleges have become so indoctrinated with this ideology that they no longer care about objective education. They have no relationship with the facts and the truth. They feel no sense of responsibility to it. It's all agenda-driven. So one academic, James Lindsay, pushed back against Rubel's tweet saying that the simple math equation 2 + 2 = 4 helped lead to significant scientific feats. It's certainly the case, and the woke need to be held firmly to the point that feats of engineering like space travel and rocketry utterly depend on accepting stable meanings of mathematical statements like 2 + 2 = 4 as objectively true, not mere accidents of culture. Yes. That's a great way of putting it. I mean, imagine if you were to send, he's talking about rocketry and sending people up to space. What if you subjectify the mathematical equations needed to get somebody out of orbit? You're going to kill people. What if you subjectified the math needed to build the Brooklyn Bridge? That thing's going to collapse. You need to have this stuff grounded in objectivity because math is so quintessential to the building of our society from a structural and foundational principle. If you subjectify it, think of using subjective math in the building of a 100-story skyrise. And that thing tips over in the middle of downtown. You could be killing thousands upon thousands of people. Rubel's tweets come after Rutgers University English department declared that proper grammar is racist earlier this summer. This is just the removal of all standards. It's the removal of all Western standards to anything. The school's English department will alter its grammar standards to stand with and respond to the Black Lives Matter movement. I'm sorry, your grammar standards have nothing to do with the Black Lives Matter movement. And the department's head said that the program will hold workshops on social justice and writing, and increase the focus on graduate student life and incorporate critical grammar into our pedagogy in the wake of George Floyd's death. By critical grammar, that's going to come in the same vein as critical race and critical gender theory. So they're going to be talking about critical grammar theory. That's the death of English. English is a language built on certain syntaxes, built on certain rules. If you abandon that, you're no longer speaking English. You're no longer teaching English. You are just teaching dialects and vernaculars. Which, sure, they have their places, but so does standard English. Anyways, guys, that's the video. This stuff is insane. please go ahead and like the video. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please go ahead and subscribe. I know a lot of people watch and don't subscribe. I'm a young and growing channel trying to get my numbers up, so please, it's a big help if you subscribe, like, share this video. Let people know what's going on with the insanity. If you've got any friends that their kids are in high school and they're starting to wonder, starting to think about college, share this stuff with them. Ask them whether college is really the right move in this generation, because their kid is likely going to come back a pink-haired Marxist. So anyways, also follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, @RamThorburn, and also if you are interested in contributing to the channel and helping me grow, we have links to my Subscribestar, Patreon, and PayPal in the description below. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you guys have a very wonderful night.